They even did dings for you. I don't get that.
Incredibly disrespectful.
It is disrespectful. It's impossible to be less gay than I am. You would be negative gayness,
Negative gay, that's
which is
right.
not.
Yeah.
It's not possible. Anyway, but
It's going to be a soundbite show.
it's really going. It's going to be me arguing with me, essentially. They do that. This is my life. Everything I say gets used against me by people who love me, which is weird.
We do.
Usually it's the outside attacking, but not today. All right, so we have. I don't know which nickname you like. I like that for this segment. We have Lane the Brain sitting in third chair over there.
appreciate that one.
Absolutely.
I have his
You know,
lower third
Lane
interest
Lane
now.
is very
Also-
smart. Hold on,
also
but
lesbian.
there's a microphone, and the concept of a microphone is that it has to be in front of your face. There we go.
I do
Yeah.
project a lot.
Little
Lane
more.
did this right here.
Like, point it at your mouth. In your mouth.
Don't do that.
Oh.
Don't do that. That's a screenshot that everybody's going to have now,
It sure is.
and that's going to be a bit of a problem here. You get it?
There we go.
Yeah.
I should have put that stuff on that. What's that called?
Makeup.
That.
Yeah.
I got a
Show's
shiny
off to a
forehead.
great start. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you still staying here. Oh, wait, you mean you've all left? Oh, okay, got it.
I got
All right, so
Sorry.
this is the question of the day. I want you guys to comment about this. What do you think is going to happen with the recent surge of COVID in China, and how do you think that is going to impact the rest of the world? There's a lot of doomsday prognosticators out there saying that this is the beginning of the end. The sky is falling and everything's going to crap. So I want to hear what you have to say about that. But before we do, I just wanted to let you know why Steven is out today. This has been an incredibly stressful year. When we get to the end of the year, we're kind of all running on fumes a little bit, right? I usually get sick after we do that because the adrenaline stops kind of running. I hit a wall pretty hard last Wednesday. Steven's been hitting a wall for quite a while, but he doesn't have the luxury of not coming in and doing the show as often because he wants to make sure that he is giving you what you've paid for and making sure that he is performing. But this is not a show where we just come in and talk, right? It's easy if you do that. And I'm not taking anything away from anybody who does that for a living and just kind of talks into a microphone, because that's not hard. Or that's not to say that that is an easy thing overall, but it's easy in comparison because basically what we're doing is doing kind of a Saturday Night Live sketch. Like we have comedy, we're doing late night, we're doing news, we're doing all of these things kind of pushed together, and the prep time for that and the intensity level that you have to maintain just at some point takes a little bit of a toll, and then throw in all of the other stuff that we're doing right now. And so, there's actually, we want to make sure that the hashtag Save Steven starts going around. In fact, some people have already gotten an advance start on this, and I saw some pictures of the water tower, actually, somebody did. So yeah,
Nice.
so save Steven, right? So hashtag Save Steven. Steven, we hope you're feeling better very soon. He typically tries to watch a little bit here and there, but I think he's feeling pretty bad right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But hey, mugclubforever.com. Make sure you go there. Again, if you are a Mug Club subscriber right now, or you would like to be a Mug Club subscriber, go there, enter your email address for us. Make sure you do that right now. That is the way that we know that we can keep in touch with you once we make this transition and kind of figure out what we're going to do in the new year. Yeah. Make sure you do that right now for us, guys. Do it, and make sure that you have an email in there so that we can get in touch with you in the new year. So with that said, thank you to everybody who has done that. But like we found out the other day, you're not going to get a newsletter. This is not going to be like hot tips on where to do fine dining around the country. This is not something where you're going to get crowded. Anything. This is just for people who are interested in joining Mug Club when we and if we find a new home that is a suitable location for us.
Yeah.
So with all of that said, we're going to jump into the show. We're going to start off with a watch and react that's a little different. We're not gonna jump into some of the heady politics or anything like that. It's the end of the year. We want you to relax with us. And this trailer just dropped.
Yes.
I mean, it's still serious. It's about
filled, I guess.
a nuclear bomb. So
Well, we got an anti-China segment, so
Yeah,
might as
there we
well
go.
put
So
a
we got that,
nuclear
yeah.
bomb trailer.
absolutely.
Interesting juxtaposition.
So is this Christopher Nolan? I guess
it is, yeah.
doing this,
It
and
is.
this is not about time.
It probably will be.
No,
He likes
it's-
Is
to
the
use it
bomb
on-
going to
well,
make
no.
them travel back in time?
No, I'm just saying he likes to use it
Forward in
as a
time.
storytelling device. That's all.
Stay in the same time?
Probably.
Let's watch. Ooh. I mean, it's not T2, but we'll take it.
Not yet, anyway.
They won't fear it. Until they understand it.
Deep. There's more.
And they won't understand it until they've used it.
There.
About what's
Did
happening
they
here.
blow the sun up?
They did. That was their bad. Interesting.
Yeah.
So Lane, we had to cut the trailer short. It was 17 hours long because Christopher Nolan makes long movies.
Yeah.
The score is going to be fantastic. Like the soundtrack to that
Probably,
movie,
yeah.
is going to be phenomenal. Christopher Nolan movies typically have pretty epic
Hans
kind of
Zimmer.
soundtrack. Hans Zimmer is typically the guy I would love that stuff. But what do you think, Lane?
Well, as far as the movie goes, I think the casting is on point. Cillian Murphy's one of the most underrated actors working. I feel like Matt Damon's going to be in it, playing General Groves. He plays Leslie Groves, who is the general that was in charge of overseeing the Los Alamos, the Manhattan Project. But as far as making this movie, I'm really happy it's being made because, in my opinion, and this just isn't a hot take, I really believe this, that he is arguably the most important person that's ever lived. I think
Oppenheimer?
Yes. I think he has had more impact on the world than any mortal human that's ever lived.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because the invention of the atomic bomb changed calculation for everything that happened after it. Anything
He's responsible for the protesters who think nuclear suck. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
the environmentalists?
Sure,
basically?
that, but any geopolitical calculation, anything
Right.
that you think is amazing, like AI or whatever it is, I don't care. It doesn't matter because all of that could be wiped out in half a second because of the discovery that he made. Now you can say somebody would have eventually made that, but that's
but that's
that's the retroactive case for anything.
Yeah,
Can I make a prediction about the movie?
you can.
Yes.
Okay, I think it's going to end with a bang.
So I don't know who predicted Hans Zimmer, but the actual, I guess, composer is Ludwig Göransson.
Oh,
Göransson?
I don't know.
So
It
he's
sounds
German,
Hans
so
Zimmer.
it's
Solid Monish,
very-
I forget.
Zimmer,
Yeah.
Göransson,
Zimmer,
whatever.
Göransson?
Just as long as it's awesome. That's all I really care about.
No, I think I can't wait for this movie. I think it's going to be fantastic.
I think it's going to be awesome. I really want to see the angle because he made a point there that they won't understand it until they use it.
Yes.
Right. And so, I mean, that's a fair point to make because until you do that, you don't understand the ramifications of what you've done. You can kind of game plan that out a little bit and go, okay, yeah, but to your point, it set us on a different course. And maybe they hoped it would.
Yes.
But they didn't necessarily understand exactly how that was going to play out.
Well, for all intents and purposes, the world has been as peaceful as it ever has for the last 75 years since it was tested.
Because mess around and find out?
Yes,
I can't say the other
I mean
part,
you
sorry.
can't. I mean, you use the destructive power once, and people seriously have to change considerations.
Listen, sorry, Japan, but not sorry.
Hey.
No, listen. I get it, but it's war. You attacked us first. We ended the war. We could. I mean, people complain about the atomic bomb, and I understand why because it's one of these seminal moments in history where something that had never happened before and destruction on that scale from that kind of a device had never been seen before. But when you look at the firebombing, it was far more destructive, and I believe more people died during the firebombing than did during the atomic. I could be a little bit off there.
Many more died during the Tokyo firebombs.
Okay, I think so. Yeah. Basically, you found a city full of paper houses and said, "Well, here's a match." Right. And in the literal, it just if you've seen any of those pictures, the stories, it's just horrific.
Yeah.
And look, I get it. That's war. You don't fight wars to prolong them. You do it as quickly and swiftly as possible. And we understood very, very clearly that it was going to cost a lot of lives, both on their side and our side, if we were going to do a land invasion of the mainland.
Right. And I don't know if you've read the book Hiroshima, which just details like firsthand accounts of that morning. You know who else understood?
Wolverine, because he was there.
Well,
in one
he
of the
was.
movies, yeah.
But the Japanese in Hiroshima, like they were asked about it, and the general consensus after the bombing was, "It is what it is." It wasn't.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
They understood what was going on.
They said we kind of deserved it. That's weird.
It was war. They understood. They were in a total war effort. They understood. Yeah. And where the firebombings killed more people, those were a series of campaigns over and over. But
Over and over.
1 second.
Terrifying.
1 second dropping a bomb into a valley, essentially.
Right, yeah.
That is a bowl for this, nuclear implosion to take
For the
place in.
sun,
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
the heat of the sun.
Yeah.
By the way, we hope we don't open a black hole up and